Welcome to episode 292. He says stalling already. 292 of the Ben Briggs podcast. I am Ben Briggs. Let's start it like that, like we always do. No change. It is Sunday, people. Sunday, the 28th of fucking May, 2023. Still almost halfway through the fucking year. And what have you achieved, Ben? This year? What have you achieved, people out there? Have you achieved anything? I don't know, people. We've kept this going, haven't we? That's what we need to do. We're flogging this fucking dead horse right till the fucking final furlong. Only whipping it 7 times or whatever you can do these days, but we're keeping it going. Yeah, it's Sunday, people. It's Sunday evening as well. I know I said I'd do this Sunday morning, but it's Sunday evening. I've had a gig tonight. It's about 9:30 on a Sunday evening. I am sitting here roasting my little fucking pecker off with how fucking warm it's been today. It's been beautiful this weekend. Bank holiday weekend. Yeah. None of the banks, all the banks have gone, fuck this, I am not fucking working Monday. You can go fuck yourself. If you need to pay in a check tomorrow, you're fucked. That's what they say. We're taking it off. Yeah, so it's bank holiday weekend. It's been lovely. I've had a nice weekend so far. The week was good. Did a few nice gigs, new material nights, got some shit out. Some new shit out, and then today I have been down in Cheltenham, down to the Nam, in Nam. I don't know. We're trying to work on some sort of Vietnam thing there. I don't know. I'm a veteran, but yeah, I've been down to Cheltenham, which was fucking lovely. Driving down in the old the new Blue Bullet. It's not really that new anymore, but with the old top down, like a fucking poser. Top down on the car today. Lovely, fucking glorious. I always get a little bit, I think it's a little bit shady driving on motorways with the old fucking soft top down. It always worries me a little bit. In the back of my head, I think, there's a fucking bolt going to come off a lorry wheel and take me out at any moment. Straight in the fucking side of the head. I get a bit nervous. So I cruise around at 60 miles an hour. I know. I'm one of those people in the slow lane when I've got the top down because I'm a fucking shitbag. I may look quite cool in the car with fucking sunglasses on, driving around with a fucking top down on the motorway. But what's going through the back of my head is any moment I could be decapitated by something flying off a fucking another vehicle. And that's how you go, innit? You know, you go out for trying to look cool. That's it. What better way to go out? There's people out there fighting for injustices in the world. But what better way to go out than trying to look cool in a convertible car and being brutally decapitated. I don't know, people. Anyway, I had a nice drive down. It was fucking lovely. Once I got off the M40 onto the A34, that's nice. I like an A road. I like to cruise around with a top down on an A road, getting my ever-decreasing head, I should say, ever increasing balding head, fucking roasted. When I've got the old top down. I know I keep mentioning having the top down, people, but you know, it's still a novelty for me. Having a convertible car in the UK, you get about, 7 days a year you can justifiably use it, innit? And get the old top down. Get the old wind rushing through your hair. It does get a little bit cold every now and again. Changeable weather, isn't it? By the time I'd got almost down to Cheltenham, I had to pull over because it looked like it was going to fucking rain. I put the top up because I needed a piss by the side of the road, obviously. That's basically what I've been doing for 16 years, doing stand-up. I've just been pissing by the side of the road. This was I pulled into a lay-by about 10 miles away from the gig, and I pulled into the lay-by, and only because it was one of those lay-bys not behind. It didn't have like trees and stuff where you go behind the lay-by. That's usually where like people are fucking in cars and shit like that, I imagine. I don't know. Top dogging spots they are. This was one that was like right next to the road, which always puts me off a little bit. People sometimes feel the need to hoot as you're going by, to give you a little bap like that as you're standing there trying to piss with your dick out. That's a fucking... I know I'm not meant to be pissing by the side of the road, but you tell my fucking bladder that. Yeah, it's either this or in the footwell of my car, and I am not cleaning that shit up. So it's by the side of the road. I put my ass towards oncoming traffic. I try and, get as close to my car as possible without getting any back spray. I imagine that's not going to be good for the paintwork, depending on what I've been drinking. and do that. But the point I'm trying to make is this had a little bit into some woods, and I thought this is ideal here. And then you get into the wood bit and you realise that everybody who's ever stopped for a piss there or a shit has taken that little path, and there's fucking bits of tissue with shit on. Oh man, it was fucking brutal. Trying to find a space there to piss up against a tree when you're essentially, pissing into a fucking music festival toilet that's natural. Isn't there? That's what you're doing. But somebody had left, I don't know, like hiking bags. There was like 3 hiking bags in there, and I was like, am I pissing over a crime scene or something like that? They were full hiking bags. Full of fucking whatever. I don't know. I didn't investigate, because you investigate something like that and, you're only going to find shit or somebody's head or a limb or something like that. And I was running late for the gig anyway. Somebody else will find it down the road at some point. So, yeah. But I found that weird that somebody would like just dump hiking shit there. And there's obviously cans there. Who's stopping off there? Like in that, communal, natural, pissy, fucking shitty wood. Sitting there and going, this is the ideal place to have a couple of cans of Carlin, surrounded by other people's piss and shit. I don't know. It's probably a Weatherspoons joke in there, but, we're better than that here at the Ben Briggs podcast. So I made it down. It was fucking glorious as well, driving down the A34 and then I think the A40 or whatever. Whatever it was, I don't know. I just follow the sat-nav, people. I have no idea how I used to get to gigs before I had a sat-nav. And I started comedy before I had a sat-nav. So I had a fucking atlas. An atlas? A globe? I had one of those spinny globes in the car. No, I think it's an atlas, isn't it? Like a map book, an AA map book or whatever. And I used to plan out my route and then try and find what exits I had to come off at what particular roads and be reading those. That can't be, there was never any rules against that, were there? But that can't be fucking great, looking down at a fucking step-by-step idiot's guide how to get to a fucking venue. I don't know. Anyway, we get to the gig. And it was just like, I've waxed lyrical about this before on the podcast. There is nothing better than this fucking country. Here we go. It's getting all BMP on us. Oh my God, this podcast took a turn. He's talking about the weather. The next minute he's on about taking over European towns. It was fucking glorious. There's nothing better in this country than when the weather's fucking warm, the sun's fucking out, you've got the greenery of the trees. You go abroad and everywhere is fucking been roasted. All the trees look as though they're fucking about to, you flick them and they'll just turn into dust. don't they? Over here, we've got a green, luscious trees, bright sunshine, a nice breeze. Fucking give me that all day long. All day long. Something in you just stirs the spirit, doesn't it? When you see that, when you're driving along, top down. I felt like Andy Dufresne. Driving off in that convertible, crossing the border and sending... I think that film would have been so much better if it had just sent Red on that little trek to the tree and there was just nothing in there. It just totally fucking blanked him. He just wanted to let him know that he had a great life after prison. There's nothing in there in the box, you fucking gullible prick. Just a little note, you gullible prick. Like that. Never saw him again. Red's forced to go back to his job. And you just see the end of the film, him just like on the same beam that Brooks hung himself on. Just putting the rope over. Dear, just cut him off completely. I don't know. Anyway, I get to the gig. The gig is fucking. It's in the middle of nowhere, but it's like a brewery in the middle of nowhere. And I'm driving down. There's people. It was super busy in there. It was like quite a big place. They've got little food stalls set up where you can get pasta or whatever, pizzas, I think, and shit like that. Little food vans and stuff. Everybody's sitting outside. It was fucking lovely. It's a glorious day. So it's in the middle of the sort of countryside. Then there's like ticketed to get into the venue to do the gig. So everybody who's bought a ticket is there. There's a bit of nosebleed from outside because it's essentially sort of like marquee material. I get there and the audience are a little bit quiet for the first act and stuff. And then Keris, who was comparing it, she said, they always pick up in the second section. And the second section for me was fucking lovely. Holy fucking shit. It was fun. We got away with a lot more than we thought we'd get away with. That's for sure. That's faux show. And, yeah, it was lovely. It was just a fucking great gig, a great venue, great gig, and then drove home. And then suddenly the temperature dropped, so I had to put the old fucking roof back up. I know, I'm obsessed with driving around in the summer. You do feel a fucking dickhead, though, driving. I don't care what anybody says about driving a convertible round. If you've got the roof down, you feel cool, but in the back of your head, you think everybody thinks I'm a wanker. And I fucking am. And I don't give a fucking shit either. Yeah, bring it on. That's what I say. Yeah, so that was lovely. It was a lovely little gig. I love doing venues like that. They're a sort of a surprise. It was in the middle of fucking nowhere. You know, you drive in, it's fucking rammed, the car park's rammed, but it's only rammed because it's a nice day outside. They sell their own, you know, they make their own cider. I think it was called Dunkerton Cider. It was fucking... I didn't have any cider, by the way. I was tempted, but there's just... I know what I'm like. I'm just too greedy when it comes to alcohol. I'm a fucking greedy drinker. And I know one cider wouldn't be enough. Then I'd have to have another one. Then I've got to drive home like 70 miles after 2 pints of cider. You know, that's when you're going to get decapitated. Isn't it? Jesus. So I didn't. But I love that. There's nothing I love more than sitting in a pub garden on a warm day and just, if you've got nothing else to do for that day, just having a few beers, and then you get home at like, you know, you're there in the afternoon, you get at the pub about 2 o'clock, you get home about 5, 6 maybe, depending on, you know, 7 or 8, whatever time you get back. But there's nothing better than getting back from the pub early when you've had a few. And then, you know, all you want to do is have a sleep. But sitting outside just with a cider, no ice in it, that's weird. I like a nice cider in the summer, that's for sure. But sitting outside, you know, you got the heat on you, you're getting a bit of sun. Everything feels better, man. Doesn't it? Everything feels better when the sun's out. You can see why people top themselves in this country. I can't see why anyone would want to top themselves if they're in a fucking hot country. You know, the sun's shining every day. It just lifts you, doesn't it? You know, driving around in the morning. I got up early the other morning. When was it? Saturday morning. Yesterday morning. I got up fucking early. Got up about 6 o'clock. Went to get my fucking food shopping. I don't know, 7 o'clock. Smashed that out. 8 o'clock. Hit the gym. Had a nice swim for half an hour. Had a sauna for 15 minutes. Come back out. Immediately went down to Milton Keynes to pick something up that I'd ordered. Holy fucking shit. 9:30. I hit Milton Keynes. I've smashed it already in 2.5 hours. Saturday is already done. Then I go to IKEA thinking, oh, fuck. I can just about make it when it opens at 10 o'clock. Get there at 10 o'clock. There's fucking nobody there. I mince through IKEA. Just sashay through. I don't get distracted by shit. All the shit's there, isn't it? Going, come and have a look at me. Buy me. You need this tat. Don't you? I avoided the fucking marketplace shit. All that shit in the marketplace. Just blinkered. I was like a fucking racehorse with blinkers on. Going to get what I got. I did get a little bit distracted. They always fucking get you, don't they? Maybe I need some candle holders. Maybe I need some tea light holders. That's what I need. This is going to complete my life. Yeah, I fell for that. £7. That's not bad, I don't think. Go into IKEA with one thing in mind and then getting 2 tea light holders. I don't think that's not a bad trade-off, is it? I stayed strong right until the end. And then I was like, I need something to put on this glass shelf I'm putting up. Tea light holders. That's what I need. That'll complete my life. That'll complete the look I'm going to aesthetically looking for my fucking bathroom. They always get you, don't they? They know. It's because IKEA know that we're weak. They know that we can't say no to a fucking bargain. Can we? And that we're going to, you know, we just surround ourselves with crap. That's what I do anyway. Look at this shit behind me right now. I don't want to have any of this shit here. You know what I mean? I don't want any of this shit on these shelves. But I put it there to make it more interesting to people who watch this shit. This podcast ought to just be a bare background. You know, probably shit flaking off the walls and that. That'd keep with the general theme of it, I think. Rather than having, you know, various paraphernalia from films behind me. Yeah, so I smashed it out. That's what I'm telling you. I smashed it out. I got what I needed to get in IKEA. I got a little bit sidetracked. Straight through IKEA. No queuing. Straight through. I must have been in IKEA 10 minutes. 10 fucking minutes. That's some sort of fucking record. It takes you about 8 minutes to walk through it. I got distracted for 2 minutes. That 2 minutes cost me £7 in tea light holders. Got out and I was back here by 12 o'clock. Fucking glorious. That is a fucking good morning. And then you're like, I am set up for the day. I've achieved stuff already. And then you think, just have a cup of tea, sit on the sofa, have a little doze. And then the next minute it's 5:30 at night. And you've not achieved. Your day you don't look so much of a go-getter. You know what I mean? It'd been all right if I hadn't taken that fucking time out. I'd have been quite proud of my day. I was proud of the morning. Went here, there, and everywhere. Anything. Support of doing stuff I actually needed to do. Then I've got to put the fucking cupboard up I've got from IKEA in the bathroom. That was a fucking nightmare. Nothing's easy, is it? Nothing's ever fucking easy. Every fucking thing. I had the genius idea. This was my genius idea for putting up the bathroom fucking cabinet, right? I thought what I'll do. It says screw it into the wall, right? You've got 2 little screws at the top. What I'll fucking do. I'll glue it as well. get some Gorilla Glue, put that down the sides, then it'll be extra fucking welded to the wall. Genius idea, right? I ain't taking that cupboard. Oh, what happens if you move, Ben? I'll just fucking leave it. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to fucking leave it up there. I don't give a shit. It was 55 quid for a fucking cabinet. I'll just leave that. Who takes bathroom cabinets with them anyway? What sort of a weirdo does that? Anyway, I have known people who have taken fucking light bulbs and shit like that. I've heard rumours, people when they move, they take the fucking light bulbs with them. You know, I'm not one of those people. Yeah, so I thought I'd glue it to the wall as well. And glue and screw. Yeah, that's what we did. Right, so I glued it to the wall, then get the screws in. I'm tightening the screws. They're almost tight. I'm tightening the screws and bang, I go like that. And on both of them, the fucking raw plug come out the wall. Now I've stuck with a tiny little hole. It's just not being held in by screws and it's just glued up there. And I can't take it back down again because the glue started to set and I'm going to rip everything off the wall. A 5-minute job turns into a fucking nightmare. So I've left it like that all day. Then I'm driving back tonight from tonight's gig and I'm like, holy shit, I've got those metal raw plugs you can just screw into the wall. They're a little bit bigger than the holes. Can we do that? And then, it only fucking worked, didn't it? It only worked. I've literally just done that now. And the pleasure that has been dogging me all day. It's just been fucking at the back of my fucking mind all fucking day. And then suddenly, a spark of genius to get myself out of it. And we only fucking done it. So I'm well happy with that. I know we're talking DIY here, people, but, you know, I get obsessed with little things. You know, the next thing I've got to do is, like, fucking fill little tiny little fucking indents that are in the wall where they've fucking plastered it when I moved in. You know, it's little things like that. It's constant, isn't it? This is anything other than going to the gym. This is what I'll be doing. I make up all these little jobs for myself as an excuse for not going to the gym, isn't it? I said it before. I'm paying £38 a month to get jobs done around my house. That's it. This is the most important thing I need to do right now. Fill this fucking little hole, rub it down, and then find some paint to paint it. That's the next thing I've got to do because I can't seem to find the paint that was painted with this place because it's super matte paint rather than fucking just matte paint. I don't know. These are the ongoing things. First world problems. I know it's first world problems, people out there. We've all got them. I'm proud of them. Be proud of your first world problems. That's what I say. It means that you're not struggling for food or water. It means that basically you've got all your basics. You've got you've got shelter, you've got warmth, you've got clothing, you've got food, you've got water. That's it. They're third world problems, right? So you got those. That's the bare minimum, isn't it, that you need? Yeah, it is a first world problem, but, you know, it means, you know, that's my privilege, people, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, what's been going on this week? We've had 2 celebrity deaths this week. Fuck. Very different people. We've had Rolf Harris, briefly, who was, I think he died a couple of weeks ago. That's when you've done something bad, isn't it? You've done something bad. If they announce your death 2 weeks after you've died and when your body has been cremated and the ashes have been dumped somewhere and they just, you know, you just have a little footnote in the week's news. Oh, yeah, this guy died. If they're covering up your death, you've done something fucking horrendous in your life. Yeah. Rolf Harris, old dodgy Rolf, died, and the memes were aplenty. The puns about his death were aplenty. The amount of people I saw post up Can you just something in the range of, can you see that he's dead yet, or something like that? I think that's about as far as it went. And we also had the celebrity death of Tina Turner, who everybody was a huge, massive fan of, it seems. Rolf didn't get so many tributes as she did. I ain't gonna lie. Very different musically. But she had, the thing I did see, she had all the puns and the memes as well. So however you live your life, whether you live it horrendously or as a feminist icon and rock and roll queen, whether you're that or a convicted paedophile, you get the same treatment on Twitter and social media. Some lame ass is going to try and make a pun about something to do with your life. I don't know. I'm not saying for one moment, just out there, I'm not saying it doesn't matter what you fucking do in life. You could be a horrendous monster or an iconic fucking music legend. It doesn't matter, because you're going to end up having puns about you anyway. I'm not saying that. Just before anybody jumps on the fucking bandwagon. Are you saying it doesn't matter that you... No, I'm not fucking saying that. I'm not fucking saying that. But yeah, either way, you're gonna get a lame ass pun about either your name or things that you've done in life, or your records that you've released. Yeah. Anyone who dies is treated the fucking same way. That's it. You can achieve anything in life. If Jesus came back and was living now and achieved what he achieved, turning water into wine and stuff like that, all that sort of shit, getting nailed to the cross, he's just, you can be the best person in the world. Someone who's going to make a lame-ass pun about your fucking death. Just like thousands of other people do, and nobody thinks that it's not original. I don't know, people. I don't know. I did see one news story. I was never really into Tina Turner, by the way. I remember her from, obviously there's certain songs that, like Simply the Best and all that sort of thing. I think, endless amounts of boxers have come out to that, haven't they? And, like come out into the ring, not come out as, in the way Philip Schofield did, hey? He's in the news this week as well, isn't he? Fuck me, Jesus, dating a young guy. He's teetering. There's something more to that, isn't there? Somebody just doesn't give up a job like that because they had a falling out with a co-host, surely? Do they? I don't know. He's off TV for good now. Is he? Something's going to come out, surely, isn't it? Or is it just the fact that he had he was friends with a young guy and then started dating him? I don't know. It's all a bit weird, isn't it? It's all a bit strange. Who cares anyway? It's got, fuck all to do with me, has it? That's what happens the older you get. You go, the older you get and the more you see, there's certain people on social media, people who will always see the worst in people who always see the best in people, and then like the rest of us, and they always feel the need to comment on social media because they want an argument between themselves. You're always going to get the people who are going to argue on social media. One's coming from one angle, one's coming from the other angle, and then you get the rest of us who don't comment and just watch. Who just read the comments and fucking love it. That's great. And you thank fucking God, or whoever you believe in, that you're not one of those people. That's basically what we all do, isn't it? We read those comments, we all go, oh, fucking what the fuck? What the fuck are you on about? And then we haven't got the balls to post underneath because we know it's just going to... I haven't got the time. I don't know who's got the time to post on social media like on these threads on social media. Who's got the fucking time to do that, then review them, then come back and answer people as well? I haven't got the time to do that sort of shit. I haven't even got the time to fucking like stuff. Press a like button on there. I'm a thumbs up on there kind of a guy. I'm not really a heart kind of a guy that often. Every now and again I put a heart on there if it's, some platonic comedy night that I'm doing. Don't want to get too... when the boundaries of love aren't fixated on. Anyway, holy shit, we were going to do an hour. I know, but I'm fucking tired, people. I'm tired. You know what I mean? I'm just giving you a brief update here, aren't I, of what I've been up to and what I think about stuff. Yeah, that's got to be it. I'm going to upload this shit now. We're going to be more prepared. I'm fucking sweating it's like nearly 10 o'clock at night now, and I am fucking sweating my little fucking testes off still. I know we started saying about that, but fucking hell, it's warm. It's warm. You're never happy, are you, Ben? It's either too cold or too warm. Yes, that is right. My right as an Englishman to fucking complain about shit. I like room temperature. 22 degrees is fucking sweet for me inside. I know it's only about 21 degrees, but it feels warmer. I don't know, about 20 degrees maybe. I don't know, 20 to 22. I don't know. Who gives a fuck? You don't care. I don't care about my sweaty fucking armpits and fucking having... That's one thing I had to do before when I got to the gig tonight. I had to fucking... It was that fucking hot and sweaty in the car. That my everything downstairs, the old undercarriage, had stuck to the side of my leg. I had to peel that off to have a piss. That's, it's not something you want to be doing when you're meant to be on stage, being cool in about 20 minutes. Dear. The life of a travelling comedian. A male travelling comedian. That's it. Male comedians have got so much privilege. Well, maybe. But you don't know the pain of getting to a gig after driving there on a hot day and having to fucking peel your scrotum off the inside of your leg, yeah? Some lineups may be a bit male heavy, but just so you know, those males have all had to squash their testicles into a fucking hot location in between their legs and eventually peel it off, yeah? It's your privilege, ladies. You don't have to do that. I don't know. Anyway, that is episode... What a better way to end this than on that fucking image. That was episode 292 of the Ben Briggs podcast. He says, stuttering like fuck. Have a good rest of your weekend. Bank holiday here in the UK. If you're not in the UK, you're missing out, people. You're fucking missing out this weekend. Have a good bank holiday Monday. I will speak to you next Sunday on the Sabbath, where I may do it for a little bit longer. We'll see. We're taking a relaxed atmosphere around here at the Ben Briggs podcast. You know what I mean? We're checking in. We're ducking and diving. We're having ideas for other stuff. So we're kind of working on that sort of thing, not just decorating. You know what I mean? Anyway, I will be back next Sunday. Have a good fucking week, motherfuckers. I will speak to you then. Take care.